Hi there again, it's Baz at GotAUkulele and time for another instrument review. But before I start, do you like the t-shirt? Yeah, we like these. Yeah, these aren't available. We might make these available to buy, I don't know. New instrument review. Had this one a little while actually. I won this at the Grand Northern Ukulele Festival last year. I only just got round to reviewing it. It's an Ohana TKS-15E. Fairly standard shaped ukulele. It's all made of laminate wood with an outer veneer of mahogany, which is pretty plain, not a lot of grain going on. Turn it on its side though, and this is where you see what it's special for. This is a slimline uke. Note I call it a slimline uke, which is what, or thin line, which is what Ohana call them. Kala make a range like this, and they call them travel ukes. I've never really understood why that makes so much difference for travelling, when really it's about the scale length, which is your issue with the uke. Plus the ukulele is pretty portable anyway, isn't it? This is tenor scale, which is my preferred scale. And like all Ohana instruments that I've come across, it's really nicely made, nicely finished, smooth, tactile, yummy. But it is a laminate instrument. Some people will have gripes about laminate. You can probably see there on the edge of the sound hole the laminated wood. You know, there is good laminate and there is bad laminate. Guitar makers have been using laminate for years, including some very high-end ones, and Kaweah makes some fantastic laminate instruments. This is not cheap laminate. It's not the best laminate I've come across either, but I don't think it's billed to be. But it's a laminate uke. There we are. Fairly standard, nice and neat and tidy. Bit overbuilt on the bracing inside, I think, considering it is made of laminate. Laminate's stronger than solid wood and doesn't tend to split. There we are. Hope that doesn't affect the sound quality too much. Fairly standard rosewood tie bar bridge. Sorry about this. This was from a video I did yesterday about how to change uke strings, and I haven't trimmed it yet. The saddle is bone, which is nice to see. We have cream binding from the back and from the top to the sides, and as you can see, a nice curved bowed back. The E in the name is on account of this. This is the jack socket for a pickup. The pickup inside here is not under the saddle. It's a soundboard transducer stuck in down here somewhere, which is just basically a flat disc that sticks onto the soundboard and amplifies the whole lot. More on that later, although it is a passive pickup, which is good to see. I don't like the onboard electric pickups that Kala tend to use. I find that they sound too electric, frankly. A passive pickup gives you more control, although you will need other options to preamp it, but that's no bad thing. The neck, which I think is mahogany or NATO wood or something like that, is in three pieces. We have a joint at the top and we have a joint at the heel, but it's a nice chunky connection to the body. The original Kala Travels had a very narrow connection here, and they were renowned for snapping. I don't think that one's going anywhere. The neck, for me, is the joy of this instrument. It is really nicely finished. It's very nice to hold, but most importantly, this rosewood top, which is unbound, but it's a very nice piece of wood. It has got slightly rolled fingerboard edges, and that makes the whole thing feel very luxurious and kind of top end, which it isn't a top end uke. We have fret markers in mother of pearl, 19 silver nickel frets and 14 up to the body. Sadly, no side-facing fret markers for the player. But there we are. Bone nut, which is cut well. The action and setup of the whole thing was just as I like it. We have unbranded sealed geared tuners, but these work really well. They are smooth. There's no sloppiness in them or anything. And the Ohana headstock there with the Ohana logo screen printed on. So it's kind of entry-level Ohana, although I was surprised when I looked on their website that these have a retail price of just over $300. Yes, you heard that right, $300 for a laminate thin body uke, pickup or not. I think that's crazy. Whether that's a typo or not, I don't know, because dealers seem to be selling them for about $180 to $200, which puts them on a par with the Kala Travel thinline ukes. Difference between those two, though, is that the Kala is a solid spruce top on the entry-level model, not laminate, if that matters to you. The Kala comes with a nice embroidered gig bag, which the Ohana doesn't, but the Ohana does come with the pickup. So you pays your money, you takes your choice, I guess. That's my real gripe with it, is the price, because I don't think otherwise there's a great deal to it. And if just over sort of about $120, $130, you get a standard Ohana TK-10 laminate. So where's the difference in price? There's less material and there's a pickup. That seems to take it up to $200. Don't quite understand. But you know what? It's a uke that I've found myself finding hard to put down. It's got a nice tone. It's not the most complex tone of any ukulele I've found. But it wouldn't be with a laminate top, I don't think, but it's got volume. It's going a little out of tune because of the string change yesterday. But I like it. It's nice pitch because the fingerboard's so nice to play. It's very tactile. I like the thin body. You hold it close to your chest. It's nice. It's really comfortable to play. Nicely balanced, not too heavy. So, playing wise, I really quite like it. Actually, I just think wish it was a bit cheaper. Let's have a look at this pickup. I prefer under saddle pickups for one simple reason: they are a pain to fit. But once they're fitted well, they reduce body noise. They just pick up the sound that's transferring through the bridge. This won't come across too well on the video camera, but I have a cheap pig nose amp. If I just crank that up a bit, I think you're automatically noticing the problem. Let me just bring this up here. There we go, pig nose. You don't get that with an undersaddle. Can you hear that? I'll turn it up before I get feedback. So the whole thing is very noisy. You know, you can control it. If you hold stock still, it's a nice tone when you're not moving. But this annoys me. I fitted a transposer, a soundboard transducer pickup to my Fluke ukulele. I have exactly the same problem with it. That's the issue. It's just making too much noise when the noise should just be coming from that. You know, why not just put an under saddle in? That's my problem with it. The other issue is where it's fitted. Why not put a tail block in here, fit it there, and put a strap button on? Why put it there? I don't know. I don't think that's any more convenient than a strap button here. It's also fitted to a very thin piece of wood here. This is just sides. And I would be concerned about that breaking. I mean, I have seen a case where somebody had a side-mounted jack socket, snagged the cable, tripped, and it literally pulled a chunk out the side of the instrument. But if you're careful, you're all right, I suppose. So I'm a little bit mixed on it. As I said on the sofa and play uke, I like it a lot. It plays well. It feels good. Playability of the neck is absolutely sublime. But if the price has been bumped up on account of this, and for that you get sound body noise, then I think it's too expensive. I'd love to see one of these without the pickup and with a lower price. Or I'd like to see one of these with a pickup, but the pickup put underneath the saddle. That's my view. I couldn't put up with the body noise playing it, certainly not on stage. So for me, it remains an acoustic uke, and I like it for that. It's nice. Probably worth checking them out if you can find them. Where does it stand next to the Kala? I think there's not much in it, to be perfectly honest, and I think it does depend whether you want the pickup and you can put up with the body noise. Otherwise, the Kala has the solid top and the gig bag. But there we are. So I wonder whether Ohana would make one of these without the electrics. They don't do a lot of electric instruments, so it surprised me when I saw it, to be perfectly honest. But there we are, the Ohana TKS-15E.